Hello, let's get started with black bean soup. What I have done already is, you see I have this big pot that I have a bunch of black beans in. You can buy black beans in the can. They're probably, like, a can of black beans can be anywhere from 60 cents to like $1.50 depending on where you get them from. Black beans in the can are obviously already cooked and they're ready to use, but they are also a lot more expensive when you buy them that way because, I mean, the shipping's more expensive. They're processed with water. If you buy them dried, they are a lot smaller in volume, and takes less energy to transport them, and so they're able to sell them to you a lot cheaper. So I buy mine dried. What you need to do to work with dried beans is you need to soak them for 8 hours in water, or you can put them in a pot with water and bring it up to a boil, turn it off, and then let it sit for about an hour and a half or so. The important step, though, is to drain the beans once you've soaked them. The reason for that is because most legumes have I guess it's an amino acid maybe in them that causes flatulence. Probably everyone knows the rhyme about the beans, musical fruit. Well, that's there for a reason, and if you don't rinse out all of those amino acids, they're toxins that. They're actually not toxins. What it is the amino acid that is eaten by bacteria in your digestive tract, and that bacteria turns it into gas. That's the byproduct. So we want to get rid of all of that. These beans have been soaking overnight, and you can see that there's some liquid in here. And it's time for us to get them rinsed and then get them cooking. The thing about black bean soup is that basically the majority of the cooking of the black bean soup is actually just cooking the beans, so it should be pretty easy for us to move on out with this. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse these and then get some water in there and get started getting things moving. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and drained and rinsed the beans, and I just can't say this enough, so I'm going to say it one more time. When I say rinse, I actually mean rinse. You actually have to take the beans, dump out all the soaking water, fill up the pot again, mix it around with a spoon or your hand, and then dump that water out, and then maybe even do it one more time just to make sure that you get rid of all of the toxins. You can see that this water here is pretty clear. It's not perfectly clear, but it's pretty clear. The first two batches of rinse water were actually pretty dark because you have to get all that stuff out of there, or otherwise you're going to be a little uncomfortable / noisy when, a couple hours after you eat the soup. So what we do to get the beans started is I'm going to take actually these 2 habanero peppers, which are the hottest of all the peppers. I'm just going to toss them in here into the water and put this on the stove and bring it up to a boil. So let's go ahead and just get that going, get my burner on. And I'm going to toss this onto the stove. And then the other thing about boiling anything is that things cook faster when they have a lid on them. So if you want to bring something to a boil and you don't want to wait forever, go ahead and put the lid on and it will go ahead and cook. It'll be brought to a boil faster. Even if you need to cook something with the lid off, certain things like to boil over, if they have a lid on while you're cooking them, you can use the lid just to bring it to boiling and then take it off once you've got it boiling.